It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Falcons and the Jets on Monday Night Prime Time.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. Brandon Goode and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Zerline set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. To about the 35, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 35 on second down. Heineke, 7 yards there and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Off the play fake, Heineke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
This one left side, caught by Patterson. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. Looking to throw, Heineke. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Now the first running back drafted in April, this is Breece Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But Charles, here's the draft class for the Jets for 2022. And certainly a splash-worthy class. 3 first-round picks in 1 draft. And you also have to be impressed not only at the players they got there, but also on days 2 and 3.
You're exactly right about that. Arguably, they got the top player at that position when they made their selections in the first round. Cornerback Ahmad Sauce Gardner, 4th. I had him rated number 2 behind Derek Stingley, but he's still one of the best ones in the draft. Wide receiver Garrett Wilson, they got him 10th overall. And defensive end Jermaine Johnson, 26th. I thought he might go earlier to Atlanta in the top 10. And then maybe they landed the draft's best running back in Breece Hall on day 2.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Falcon football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Heineke. He'll buy some time right. He's got Smith here. All that for a 2-yard gain. 2nd down. Heineke to throw it. Throw left side. There's London. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Heineke. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Heineke again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got it 2nd down and 11. Heineke now. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice session,
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Holding, offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons offense set to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Heineke. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with a rookie from BYU, Tyler Algier. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up in 7. Heineke on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone. So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone. Got a man, it's London. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw is Heineke. Quick move by Miller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Heineke being checked. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Heineke. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's got it past the 30 before his hand dropped. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Going right back to Wilson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now. And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game. On 2nd and goal. Rodgers to the goal line, but it's incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. I would imagine we will not see him after halftime. Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Touchdown! Corey Davis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So Long connects on the extra point. The lead is now 14-10. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. These two coaching staffs are likely using this game as their dress rehearsal for the regular season. So some final adjustments being made. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he slips up past the 35 before being tackled. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 in a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Carter straight ahead. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Wilson. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Here's Wilson. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw here. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before you get the first down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Cobb to return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. 36 yards on the play. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And moves on by a touchdown now at 17-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's caught. It's Frank Darby. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Taken down at the 42.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth.
Here we go.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that one complete to Darby. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Back to throw now on first down. That'll be taken in by Darby. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jonnu Smith. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And New York set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Wilson. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That is caught by Mims. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Here's Wilson to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Spencer. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw again is Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. There he goes, right side. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo. This for the lead in the final stages. Koo knocks this one through the post. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
So here is Wilson and the Jets. Down 20-17, 2:14 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 40 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown? That gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Able to connect with Mims. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a first down in field goal range already. They'll send the tight end in motion left. A give up the middle to Carter. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Throwing now is Wilson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused forced an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So a field goal on this drive ties it. Remember, no overtime in the preseason, so we'll see how these coaches elect to play this. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on third down and move it closer. Here's Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Let's go now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw here's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. That's complete to Penny Hart. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on third. They'll set up a throw. Complete. Smith has it. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. On the return comes Cobb. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Wilson to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end zone.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress, trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
It looks good, and it is good. From 54 yards away, he bangs it through. And the Jets are going to win the football game. We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?